Common misconceptions about online conduct and legal responsibility. Statement on accountability, non-engagement, and equality before the law. The seriousness of allegations and the duty to respond. A central issue arising throughout this matter is the continued refusal by certain individuals to meaningfully acknowledge or respond to serious allegations that have been directly and repeatedly put to them. The reporting party has asserted, clearly, consistently, and publicly, that specific individuals have participated in conduct that has caused substantial personal, reputational, and material harm over an extended period of time. These assertions are not casual remarks or online disagreements. They constitute allegations of coordinated and sustained wrongdoing which the reporting party intends to pursue through lawful civil and criminal channels. Where allegations of this seriousness are made, particularly where supporting evidence is claimed to exist and legal proceedings are being actively pursued, ignoring the allegation does not neutralize it. Silence, dismissal, ridicule, or avoidance do not resolve legal exposure. They merely delay formal examination by appropriate authorities. The existence of recordings, archived communications, and independent witnesses means that these matters are not dependent upon ongoing online debate or public opinion. They are capable of objective assessment through evidential review. The misconception that non-engagement eliminates responsibility. A recurring pattern observed is the apparent belief among some participants that refusing to acknowledge accusations, whether by blocking, ignoring, laughing off, or publicly minimizing concerns, removes legal risk or obligation. This is a misunderstanding. In law, responsibility does not depend on whether an accused person chooses to engage with the person making an allegation. Nor does liability disappear because allegations are inconvenient, uncomfortable, or publicly unpopular within a particular social group or online community. Where conduct has occurred, it remains accessible regardless of whether individuals refuse to respond, pretend the complainant does not exist, rely on audience support or approval, or continue normal activity while disregarding allegations entirely. Legal processes evaluate evidence, not popularity, volume of supporters, or social standing within an online environment. Audience size, influence, and public approval are legally irrelevant. It is important to emphasize that influence, platform size, or audience participation does not alter legal standards. Whether content is viewed by tens of people, hundreds of people, or millions of people, the same legal principles apply. Conduct that would be unlawful in a physical public setting does not become lawful because it occurs online or within entertainment, commentary, or streaming environments. Likewise, the presence of an approving audience does not legitimize behavior that may otherwise constitute harassment, defamation, coordinated abuse, or other actionable conduct. Individuals participating as observers, contributors, or encouragers should also understand that passive participation does not automatically remove responsibility where behavior contributes to ongoing harm. The law applies equally regardless of digital context. Collective participation does not dilute individual accountability. Another difficulty inherent in situations involving many participants is the assumption that responsibility becomes diluted when actions are spread across numerous individuals. In reality, the opposite is often true. Where multiple people contribute separate actions that collectively produce harm, each person's role may be examined individually within the broader pattern. Participation need not be identical to be relevant. Even minor contributions may be assessed in context if they form part of a continuing course of conduct. Accordingly, the fact that many individuals were involved does not prevent accountability. Each participant's actions remain capable of independent scrutiny. The significance of recorded evidence. Unlike many interpersonal disputes, the events described in this matter are extensively documented through digital records. Online environments routinely preserve video recordings, livestream archives, chat transcripts, timestamps, account histories, and platform metadata. As a result, recollection or denial alone cannot determine outcomes. Recorded conduct allows investigators to reconstruct events objectively, often in far greater detail than traditional disputes allow. The presence of such material significantly increases the seriousness of the situation and reduces reliance on conflicting personal narratives. The role of witnesses and independent observation. The reporting party is no longer the sole observer of ongoing conduct. Multiple individuals are now independently monitoring events and communicating outside the online environments in which the conduct occurs. Some have indicated willingness to provide statements under their own identities. This development materially changes the evidential landscape. Matters previously dismissed as isolated disputes now involve corroboration and external observation. Where independent witnesses exist, continued dismissal or denial becomes increasingly unsustainable and may ultimately undermine credibility if proceedings arise. Equality before the law, online and offline. Fundamentally, this matter turns on a simple legal principle. All individuals are equal before the law. This principle applies regardless of popularity, online status, perceived social hierarchy, platform ownership, or audience support. No person loses legal protection because others choose not to listen to them. Equally, no person gains immunity because they are louder, more visible, or supported by a community. Ignoring a complaint does not negate the complainant's legal rights. Blocking communication does not extinguish allegations. Public dismissal does not replace judicial examination. Why ignoring serious allegations is not advisable. Where an individual is accused of conduct said to have destroyed another person's life, particularly where legal action is explicitly being pursued, the prudent course is to take such allegations seriously. Failure to do so may result in missed opportunities to clarify misunderstandings, loss of mitigating context, escalation into formal proceedings without prior dialogue, and increased scrutiny once authorities become involved. Addressing concerns early, preserving evidence responsibly, and seeking independent legal advice are generally considered safer responses than continued avoidance. Purpose of this statement. This section is not intended as confrontation or threat. Its purpose is clarification. It exists to ensure that all parties, participants, observers, and reviewing authorities understand that the matters described are being treated as serious legal concerns rather than online disagreements or entertainment disputes. The reporting party is proceeding through lawful channels. Evidence is being organized and submitted. Further documentation will follow. The expectation moving forward is that these issues will ultimately be assessed through established legal processes, where facts rather than volume, popularity, or avoidance determine outcomes.